tankier. I know barbarians are super tanky, but my armor class is higher. I still have a lot of health.
I didn't choose the bear totem one, so.
Okay, we're live on both outputs, everybody. Thank you. I will now be quiet.
We kind of got the shit slapped out of us last time, so.
We got it this time.
You guys, what are you talking about? You guys made such short work of all this stuff.
We got jumped by some jerk off in the woods and his troll buddies.
So good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rappan Athuk 5.
Hello.
We had a few weeks off as we, I guess, game hold. But here we are, ready to rock the Casbah. I'm Edwin, and I'm attempting to get these guys to go to their death.
You are low energy, Edwin, tonight.
I am. Okay, I'll crank it up. Come on, man. I'll crank it up. Let's see. I want to wait. Oh, no. Oh, darn. Patrick, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Patrick. I do the 5e stuff at Frog God. I am Barlockian. That's a barbarian I'm a halfling barbarian warlock hybrid.
You're halfling, half barbarian, and half warlock.
That's right. I'm 3 halves.
Excellent. And still only 3 feet tall.
Well, each half is a foot.
Each half is a foot, right?
Yeah.
Liz.
I am Elizabeth Stewart, otherwise known as DM Liz on the Safer Half podcast. I am playing a dwarven a dwarven rogue magic user named Halva Granitstead. And I'm not exactly sure why she's there, but she's probably hoping to find something really cool and expensive.
I think I gave you guys a mission. I
swear I think you didn't.
You probably did, but I've forgotten.
I did.
Well,
also,
damn it, Skeeter, introduce yourself.
I'm new, so.
I'm Skeeter Green. I'm a developer with Frog God Games, and I'm playing a turtle. Turtle power, bitches.
Turtle.
Yeah, and we do not have a mission. Absolutely, we don't have a mission.
Ben.
My name is Ben Barsh, otherwise known as Hairman, not He-Man, and Hair Dude. And I do a lot of things with Paysetter Games simulations under my dad, and I'm playing a Triton fighter, champion of Poseidon, and nice. I also have no mission. So, yeah.
Ben, when you introduce yourself as working with Paysetter Games, don't say you do a lot under your dad. That sounds really screwed up.
I realized that halfway through what I said, and I knew you were going
I heard it that time.
Right when I said I was like, you're going to have a field day with this.
Yeah, it probably would have been better to say you do RPG work for your dad.
Yeah. That's
all
right. Pass it.
Edwin, you turned into an owl.
Again? How the hell does that happen? Why do I keep becoming an owl?
You're
very wise.
Woo. And that messes with Zach's whole setup, so it's probably worth it just for that.
I didn't say anything. I figured Scooter would take care of it.
Ooh, there's a disembodied head talking to us.
Oh yeah, Zach, do you want to introduce yourself?
Although you can't see me, I'm Zach Glazer. I do all kinds of things at Frog God Games, and I run the stream in the background. So, hello everybody.
Hey, Zach.
I'm going to change the title, by the way, of the this still broadcasting the Extra Life video. So if anybody gives any money, we'll toss it into Edwin's Extra Life fund. So
yeah.
So I feel like we do need a note taker because it's obviously not me, but it was the prioress. Now, what's her name? The woman I asked you about there who lives in
the High Burgess.
The High Burgess sent you guys here to.
No, she didn't.
Destroy
a
I don't think that's it at all. Doomsday device that has a clock ticking on it or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, exactly. Don't we each have daggers or something?
Three of you do have daggers. Ben does not. Yep.
I want a dagger? This is messed up.
You late to the party, you don't get a stabby.
All right. Well, my goal is to multi-class to Paladin so I can use Holy Avenger. That's all my goal is. Level up.
Multi-class Paladin? Do you want to level up once? That's your only goal.
Are you a fish man?
Basically, yeah.
Dude, I'm a turtle. We're like cousins.
Yes. Check me out.
You're like cousins in evolution.
You're of the aqua.
Yeah.
Do we have a token for you there? Do I have a token for you there, Ben?
I don't see one. But
I got a token
uploaded a
for
picture.
You. Did you upload one? Is that what you said? Or do you have one?
I uploaded a picture in, but other than
okay,
that,
let me see if I can.
useless.
I see Perseus there. Is that what you want your token to be?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, I think we have
Perfect.
an offer for a scribe of this train wreck of a show.
Yeah, we do.
I can vouch for how good her notes are because they're how I remember what we did in my home game last week.
Ah. Well,
Show name
that
represents Perseus.
I think we should vote. I vote yes.
Yes.
And
I
the
vote
vote
yes.
is carried.
Yep. Motion's carried. I'll send her the contract. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she does want to play at some point too.
She wants to play in the game.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Well, why
let's
doesn't she
get
kick
her
your
in.
sorry ass out of here and play?
Okay. Next time we switch it up, I'm fine with that.
All right. We've got somebody else on tap.
Okay.
And when are we getting Lance in? He's supposed to play too, isn't he?
He's
When
got
he-
classes right now.
He's like responsible.
Yeah, when he's available.
He is not classy.
Do you have dark vision?
Well, that
Uh,
obviously does not exclude anyone from this group,
Probably.
except for Liz and Ben's
Aw.
hair.
I was about to say Ben's hair first. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was Ben's hair.
Oh man, Liz is
have-
gonna give you the mom stare.
He has
So-
exams. I don't know if he has
She's
class.
gonna give
I
you
don't-
the.
I don't see
I'm
it.
not mad. I'm just disappointed.
The shadows that is on Liz, the shadows that are on Liz's face right now give her a very intense look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially the
like
mic
that.
shadow. It's like a. All right, so there's Perseus. So this dude with a trident shows up. I'd kill him if I were you. He has a lot of hit points, though.
All right.
I could
I
totally
don't anymore.
So, are we in the hut?
So
Do we
you
get
tell
out of the
me.
hut? Yes.
What are you doing?
I think we tiny hut because I need to long rest.
Yes, we
I
tiny hutted.
I did like 3 things. I'm tapped out.
I'm exhausted. Oh my.
resting.
I got the vapors.
That walk took a lot out
But
of
yeah,
me.
so last time you guys showed up to the well, and a few trolls and some magic using humany types attempted to knock you down and take your stuff. And you guys fought back.
So
and
Ben shows up to the well and sees the giant forest fire we started.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, there's a little the ashes are burning down a little bit.
Yeah.
Now the well area looks like what it's supposed to apparently, which is blackened and sear. Sear is a
and
good
now
word.
we know how it got that way.
Exactly. The rest of the story. So the whoa, Turtle Man. You think it's that easy, huh?
Didn't we get a long rest?
And so the 4 of you hop in your hut, and sure, what the hell?
Okay. we come
so
out
yeah,
of our
so-
hut and we see
Morning
Fish Boy.
has broken, and there you are.
All right. We've made it no closer to the well after all that.
There's some nice. Yeah. So Halva, you can heal up, get all your spell slots back, etc.
Yeah, I can't get into my spell slots on the character sheet. Oh, actually, I think I can. Ooh, yes.
Yay!
Awesome.
Dun, 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 dun.
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh.
Yay!
The well is a little. I don't know if we're supposed to be able to see the player tokens on the screen, but they're not there. That's probably Zach's fault. God damn it, Zach.
God damn it, Zach! There they are. There's only 4 of us. We're gonna die.
Yeah, maybe. Well, he might have the map centered in a different way or something, or maybe he's turned off. Excellent. Okay.
All right, it's working now.
Yep. See, it's going to be a whole new game now that I can see the chat. Now that I found out about this, pop out the chat thing, so I don't actually have to have Twitch running. I can just see the chat.
Yeah.
Go down.
No, that's what I did. That's
Wait,
much
you
better.
can pop it out?
Yeah.
Yo, in
Huh.
the little tools gear.
Mm-hmm. Oh, pop out.
Close window.
And then I can go away from Twitch?
Yeah, you can close Twitch because
Oh,
I just
nice.
have
Okay.
I just have the window open.
Yeah, now I don't have to not look over there.
Hey, Jim Wampler is lurking in our chat.
Dun 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 dun.
I like
Well,
it.
then we better put a show on for him.
That's the most savory
All right,
place
I
he's looked
fireball
all
it.
week. No.
Excellent. What are you going to fireball?
I don't know.
Something.
I'm not giving up. Yeah, center it on my location.
All right, deal.
Yeah. Okay. I guess
feel like
we're
it's
gonna
come
do
up
this
again.
well thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's close enough. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you approach the well. Lex, you see first of all, crouched behind the well, a scarred, burned body, which looks like it has been pillaged a little bit.
Really?
Korskin brothers have been here.
I will. Where is said body?
It is here,
Oh, okay.
but it's dead. It's just that's just a token for you.
Okay.
It
I
seems
will.
dead.
I will observe the body. Do
Okay.
I need to investigate it or percept it or what?
You could investigate it if that's what you want to do. Sure.
I don't want to touch him.
You don't want to touch it? Okay.
He could be wired.
You can just look at it then. You see a burned body, but what you can tell is that some of the body parts, like the left arm, has been broken off. There's a belt which has been cut, burned, but was cut. The leather didn't burn through, and maybe a belt pouch or something was taken. Or
Does this look like the guy that I fireballed yesterday?
Oh, it definitely looks like somebody you fireballed. Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was responsible for this heinous act.
Yep. It definitely seems likely.
Okay.
But it looks like somebody has already taken the advice and looted the caster.
That's all right. I'm not actually a wizard.
Right.
Oh.
I just play one on TV.
Well, Liz is a wizard, so that could have helped us.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
But I'm sure there's tons of loot where we're going, because that's why we break into people's houses, right?
There is a well full of loot.
Plenty of helpful magic items.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
First. So the well itself has a fetid is a good word, odor coming up from it. Smells of sort of swamp smell, which is not a good smell for a well.
Dude, do you know where turtles live?
I'm
loving this place.
and the fish. I mean,
yeah.
So two out of 4 adventurers. Well, one of them's still pretty far away, so he might not smell it. But
hey, Pokey McSlow, you want to join the rest of the group?
He's no dummy. I mean, once he gets close, it's fireball time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't figure you'd waste a fireball on just me over there.
You don't know how many of them I have.
That's true.
I got enough to waste all over the place.
Are you a light cleric? Is that what you did?
Sun.
Sun.
There
Sun.
we go. I'd forgotten to put my spells in last
week. Is it light or is it sun?
Yep.
Is it out of the player's handbook?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's light.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Then yes, I am that one.
Very cool. Sorcerer cleric.
Heavy.
Sort of.
Light. Light.
I am the fireball cleric. As I proved last session. I just wanted to make my mentor, the great Mage Wumpler, proud. Just randomly launching that shit into the trees.
It worked pretty well.
It had some effect.
I mean, those trees are dead.
Those trees are pissed.
Yeah, they're gonna start
Hey,
biting
man.
at you.
Edwin,
You
I'm
killed our
pretty
brothers.
regretting not just doing 1 level into Paladin right now. I didn't want to be that guy though.
Yes, you did.
Defender's fun. Defender's fun.
Okay.
I want to use it, so I say we go for a dive.
All right, let's go. Let's go in.
I can I have a lot of really cool things. I'm assuming you do too, because you're a turtle.
I have a couple of pretty cool things.
So can you breathe in underwater and stuff? Because I know I can.
I can.
Let's jump in then. Let's go scout it
There's
out.
no water there. This is just a well with a hole.
That picture's misleading.
This whole area is misleading. It looks nothing like this.
Well, then go
This
ahead and
looks
jump.
like
You can dive
not a
anyway.
chance.
Go ahead and dive.
Zach, where's the picture of the actual well?
And why don't I have it? Or do I have it?
I can show you literally a night and day difference.
Well, it is daytime though, isn't it? I mean,
It doesn't matter.
My character thought there was water, so I guess now the character knows there's not water. So
Well,
yeah. Once you look in the well, now that you
now
well,
I looked in, I was like, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
you can
well,
actually tell if there is
there's
now.
some water in there somewhere.
Should have picked the flying.
there's definitely some muck. So it looks like it goes down, 40 or 50 feet, and then what you can see as you sort of lower torches down or use your dark vision, depending on who you are, is a little bit of is an eldritch blast.
Sorry, ignore that.
Which doesn't light things up, I guess. But yeah, you can see that it looks like it's just a mud-bottomed deal there. You can also give me perception checks. That seems like a reasonable place to go.
Can I get a piece of wood, like yayish big?
Sure.
I want to cast light on it.
Okay.
And drop it down the hole.
Awesome. You can see much better now.
Yes, I assumed as much. That's
Yep.
why I did it.
Yeah, we should put light on my defender, and I can act like a Holy Avenger.
I can
The
do
delusional
that.
paladin.
I also have a lantern of revealing that we can use when we get down there.
What does it reveal?
If you shine it at people, do they look naked?
Like
Maybe.
the PSA lantern?
Oh, it's X-ray specs.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
But it gives you
While
the
lit,
swirly-looking eyes.
Yeah.
right? While lit, this hooded lantern burns for 6 hours on 1 pint of oil. shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. Invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they are in the lantern's bright light.
So we have to see what's killing us? That sucks.
I want to at least
wanna
know what's
know.
killing me.
No. Nope.
Sometimes yeah.
So
Sometimes I
Fat
just
Mensch
really
wanna
gonna
die.
depend.
and Halva, as you look down the well, you can see that first of all it looks old. It looks very old. The stonework looks of super high quality, and it's covered with a thick layer of lichen. But you do see in places after the board of light has been dropped down that there are some mostly vertical gouges in the well, and even those look old. Like you can see where that the inside of the gouge has been covered over again by lichen, and they're deep. I mean, they're probably an inch or so, maybe a little deeper into the stone, and it looks like somebody took a pick or a dagger, but somebody with a lot of muscle and a diamond tipped just scraped it up along the inside of the well, and they sort of start and stop in various places, and there's a few of them. There's sort of 3 or 4 here and a couple there, and they're all just big, long, vertical scratch marks in the inside of the well.
So
Okay.
it doesn't look like anyone was digging in pitons or anything to go down.
It does not.
Okay.
I'm getting the feeling this is like a scene out of Silence of the Lambs. It puts the lotion on its skin.
Or it gets the hose again.
Yeah, I ain't afraid of no well. I'm climbing
Good.
in.
All right. So
I
you
will
have
follow.
climbing, or are you gonna rope, or?
I
I'm
have
gonna
a
walk.
rope of climbing.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm gonna walk right on down.
Spider climbing?
Yeah, I am.
Awesome. So Luger just sort of climbs up on the top of the well and starts walking his little turtle ass on down there.
It's
I
bitching
will,
to be a turtle.
I will take advantage of that rope of climbing.
Okay.
And be less cool.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Less
Dwarfs
So the
aren't
rope-
particularly made to climb, so
less cool, but very thankful.
That's right. So the rope kind of hooks itself to the top of the well magically, right?
I believe so. And then when you say
And
the
then-
command word at the bottom, it unhooks and rolls itself back up or something like that.
What's the diameter of the well for those playing at home?
It is about a 7-foot internal diameter.
Okay.
It's a big turtle.
So I could pretty much walk and stick my arms out to the side, so if any of my compatriots fall, I could potentially save them.
They could take you with them.
Yeah, take you with us.
Yeah.
I'm in plate armor, so hopefully you have a
Oh,
strength.
yeah. You would crush me like an anvil. Don't crack my shell, man.
So
I would
what
never
order?
do
So
that.
obviously the turtle's going in first. Who's going next?
I'll go next.
Okay, so we have Turtle, and then we have Perseus, and then
I will go next.
Halva, and
I'm bringing
Fat
up the
Mensch is
rear.
hanging out at the top,
Yep.
and then Fat Mensch starts to go on down. That is interesting. We'll make a little die roll here.
I just like to listen to Liz eat. She's trying to be all dainty, but the mic is right there.
Fat Mensch, can you give me a perception check, please?
I can. I have perceptioned.
14, huh? So when you're about 20 feet down, you feel just a little bit of a tug on the rope from above.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Or maybe it's sort of it gets pulled a little bit, pushed a little bit. What do you do? Anything?
Well, I want to look up.
Okay.
And do I see what's about to drop me down the well?
You don't actually see anything.
Okay. I want to climb down faster.
Okay. So you'll move quickly, and that was right. Okay, cool. And yeah, you feel a couple more tugs, but you make it to the bottom of the well. So all 4 of you are sort of standing shoulder to shoulder at the bottom of the well there.
I think it's time for the command word for the rope to come down.
Okay. So yeah, you pull the rope down. You're all standing around a board with light on it. However, you notice that the rope has a little bit of a cut in it.
Greedy motherfuckers.
But you know also that it will heal itself given time.
Well, I think we need to watch our backs, and not just from the monsters down here.
Yeah, one of the spellcasters got away.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, I could only fireball so much.
That's true.
He didn't have that 200 by 200 foot fireball that he really wanted.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
Jim Wampler's not your friend
research
anymore.
that spell.
That's what you know. I had to interrupt to say Jim Wampler's not going to be your friend anymore, Skeeter.
Yeah. I want to research the 9th level fireball nuclear winter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think you'll probably find it somewhere down the well here.
Well,
so yes, you're down the well.
It's in Hackmaster.
You're standing in. You're standing in ankle deep muck, or at least ankle deep muck. Your ankles are in the muck.
Does that mean my ankles are no longer dainty?
I don't know if they ever were, but if they were, they are no longer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, your boots of cleanliness are muddy, and there you are at the bottom of the well. And
all right. Well.
Really. Oh well.
Do we want to?
Do you think?
Search through the muck to find something that may be hidden there?
I mean, you certainly were.
I don't know what DM Edwin wants to do at this point.
I don't care what you want to do. We can go back to the village if you want. Yeah, I mean, you have your mission. You were told sort of roughly what to do. So that's good. So a dainty thing can be muddy. That's what we have learned.
Is there a holy avenger?
Is there a holy avenger at the bottom of the well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
somewhere
this would
below
be
the bottom of the well. Yeah, the well leads into a sort of a, you've been told anyway, rumor from Zelkor's Ferry that beneath the well is a holy weapon storage vault.
Yes.
That there's some sort of amazing weapon down there that was held back for those who were worthy, and you could be the one to take that weapon and use it yourself. To what's your goal?
Upon leveling up.
what's your goal in the world once you become a paladin? You're gonna swear to something or other. Oh, you don't even have an oath. You have to level up like twice before you can swear an oath.
Yeah, I do. So I'll
You
get
did
back to you
not
on
think
that
this through.
in 2 levels.
All right, you let me know.
There. So what are we looking at right now down in the well?
Each other, kind of dumbly.
We have light, don't we?
Yeah, well, absolutely. That's why you're looking at each other kind of dumbly.
So is the bottom of the well just a? I mean, is this just a cylinder down to the muck?
Is that? Okay. Well,
Okay.
Use my dwarven
that can't be
senses
right.
to see if I can find any irregularities in the stonework that might signify a secret passage of some kind.
All right.
I have advantage on that as well from
On
my
my,
dungeon delver.
As the stream guy in the background, you can't see the disembodied head. Is there a change of map here, Edwin?
There will be once they get their asses out of the well.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because if we can't find a secret passage, this whole well threat is utter bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like,
You're not selling
This
books,
is not
guys.
the end of the
You're not
adventure.
selling books. Okay.
Yeah, this is we got buttons made up about this shit. So
Yeah, I mean I've heard a
I mean,
lot about
come
this
on.
well.
yeah,
That would be pretty. Well, plus there's that big sign at the top, right, that says "Don't go down the well."
Yeah, it's like
Ultimate
okay,
prank.
it's a well. That is the stupidest prank ever.
It turns out that the mud at the bottom is really good for your skin, and the person who
Yeah.
owns it just wants it not to get messed up.
Don't take it. Does anybody have like other than Liz's stone cutting ability, like a detect secret doors or?
I have advantage from a feat that I took, but I only rolled a 13. So
So you're just standing in the mud, looking around at the walls, right?
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for secret doors too.
yeah, that was my.
That's what I meant. I meant looking for secret
Yeah.
doors. But you're just standing in the mud, looking for secret doors in the walls.
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't find any.
Okay. About Liz.
You plural.
Oh, you. Oh. Okay.
right. How deep is the muck? Ankle
Yeah.
deep.
At least that's all you know so far.
Start scraping.
Scraping. Yeah, scrape it up.
All right.
Start hoovering that shit up.
Yeah, so you start sort of moving the mud from one side of the well to the other, and digging
This
your
is
way
fun.
down. I don't know, maybe half an hour passes, and you manage to clear down a sort of manhole-sized place going down this one side of the well and shoveling the dirt up to the other side. And you get down 4 or 5 feet, and you hit the bottom of the well. You've got a patch near the side of the well there, near one side of the wall, about this big, about a foot in diameter, that you have shoveled down, and you hit the rock, shovel scrapes. You have done it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck it. We're out of here. We got some shiny daggers. We're done.
You got the mud.
I still need my shiny dagger.
I know. Well, you could just kill each other, and one of you, could walk away with 3 daggers.
At 3.
I
damn.
could make a
Good point.
huge torch out of this well. Whoosh. Okay, Rogie Liz. This is your show now.
Yep.
well, I rolled a perception a little while ago, unless I need to roll again.
Well, now we
You
have
sure
more
do.
area.
That was you standing up on the mud looking around.
Oh, I meant I rolled a second one like about a minute or so ago, after I said I was going to
26.
look.
Oh, yeah, I see the 26. Did you roll something before that? Oh,
I rolled a 16 before that, when we were
Okay.
up top.
right. That was up top, and then you looked around at the bottom before you dug anything. I'm with you on that.
Uh-huh. So I need to roll a third time for perception?
Well, I guess, so what are you doing? I mean, you're just at the bottom of you just cleared like a little spot at the bottom of the well, and it's a 7-foot diameter well.
Just looking for irregularities in the stonework, things
In the
that
wall.
would not things that don't make sense if you're just building something straightforwardly.
Okay. I mean, you do see that the big gouges definitely come down this deep. They come down lower than the mud level, and the other sorts of irregularities there might be. You I don't know. You find some bones in the mud. That's probably not super regular. Yeah, but you don't find an obvious or even an unobvious way to go sideways through the wall of the well where you have dug down.
So the rock on the bottom floor, is it worked in any way, or is it just natural?
It is worked. Yeah, it is definitely. It's a worked, and it looks, the part that you can see, and you could probably clear away a little more, but the part that you can see looks like a stone slab, which is, I suppose, one would say unusual.
So the part that's clear, can I see any sort of perhaps seam or something that might give an idea that perhaps it slides away or does something else?
The joint where the wall comes down onto the slab looks pretty dang solid.
I'll knock on it.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're knocking on the floor?
Yeah.
Do you have like a turtle?
Awesome.
Staff? Like, I can see you as a turtle in D&D rocking a staff.
No, I have an immovable rod though. I have a fishing pole.
Let's knock on this shit.
That's going to be super useful. I like
I
that.
have claws, man. I don't need a weapon.
You do have claws, and you know about. Sure, I'll
I got a fucking fireball, man. I don't need a stick.
Hang on, I'll send you a picture. This is what this reminds me of. Hang
on. Can you send pictures to the Twitch chat? That would be dangerous.
I cannot. I'm gonna put it in the Skype chat.
Okay. So yeah, it sounds it sounds like maybe it's not particularly well founded. Like it's not completely solid underneath.
I'm gonna search for a secret.
I am not unlike that turtle.
That's the only thing I can think of when I think of turtles in D&D.
A little more sooty.
Yeah, that is
That's
pretty
right
there.
From Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
And these guys in the chat really want you to succeed. They are helping you all kinds of ways.
Yeah, can we dig around where we
see
made this
hollow
hole?
sound?
Dig around, sorry.
So we dug
around
a hole,
perimeter
right?
kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yep. Probably. I mean, it's going to make a pretty steep mound of mud, right? So you started with the mud that was filling up the well, and you sort of dug down here and piled it up over here, and now you're going to try to. But you could eventually probably work your way around the perimeter of the well. It'd probably take you a few hours or more. I mean, you're sort of up to your neck at least in mud. You know, down at the bottom where you're trying to tap.
Well.
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 Did you say we heard something hollow when?
Yeah, when you tapped on the floor, on the rock, it sounded like it echoed a little bit.
That sounds
okay. Dwarf and barbarian and fish boy.
Boy.
Start a chipping.
Fish boy.
All right. Chipping.
So you're starting to dig into the bottom of the well there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Give me a what do you have? What your what do you have that, if anything, that lets you know about stone? Are you at all knowledgeable
She's
about
a dwarf.
stone?
She's a dwarf, and,
right?
and
She
I
knows
have,
everything about it.
Dwarf.
That's just fat mensch.
Oh no, I don't know crap about it.
But so if Halva, so only one of you can really be digging at this point, because there's only this much space at the bottom of the well that's been cleared out of mud.
I will do my best.
Excellent. So so you start, you get out your tools and you start working away at the stone, and you notice a few things. It's super hard, and
of course,
and which is really bizarre. You like go for 20 minutes or so. You get a good head of steam up, and you're starting to work around. Chip a little, work around in a little circle. And you swear that by the time you get back to where you started, sort of working around that circle to make a cone down in there, that the chip you started making is not as deep. Like it's healing itself or something.
That's about right.
But you definitely, it feels hollow. Like you definitely get the sense as you're working the stone that there can't be more than, a foot of stone between you and whatever's on the other side.
All right, fireball it.
I don't think that is going to work as well as I wished it would.
Ooh, I would have never guessed.
Hmm.
Can I search around now that I know that for something in the muck that might? We're gonna have to brace ourselves, because if this is gonna work out how Perseus thinks it's gonna work out, is that we're right here and it's just gonna go like this and we're gonna fall if my theory is correct. So
I am not super worried about that.
Okay. And can I perceive my way around trying to find something that will open up the bottom of this?
So maybe I've not been very clear. There's about this much of the bottom of the well, which you guys have cleared, about 1.5 foot diameter now, as Halva sort of worked some and pushed some more mud away right at the perimeter of the floor of the well. Right. And then everything else is, so there's this steep wall of mud going up that you've dug, right? You dug down into the mud. So coming up the wall, there's plenty of wall that you can see, but there's very little well floor that you can see. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So after perceiving that, Perseus is back to square one.
Would I be able to use my mage hand cantrip to push more of the mud away from the surface of the floor and kind of hold it out of the way so we can see a little better what we're doing?
I love it. Yeah, you can hold 10 pounds of mud with your mage hand. If you want to build like a little retaining wall,
put some mud in.
Yeah, I didn't.
I love it.
Holding, so I say we
have a
start
bag of
shoveling
holding?
mud into the bag of holding.
I do.
Yeah,
that was one of my uncommon items.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
if I'd thought about it, I would have done a bag of devouring.
Oh yeah, shit, you might have. We'll find out.
Great.
Yeah. You think that that it would be pretty quick now that you're down at the bottom of the hole that you could basically just start shoveling mud in and get rid of a lot of the mud pretty quickly.
Okay.
Is that your goal?
That was like one of the first things I thought of, but I was like, I didn't take a bag of holding because I wanted defender.
You as you're doing that, you hear a from that comes echoing down the well.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we see somebody up there?
Nope. But if you put a fireball right above the well.
Oh, trust me, I have considered that option.
But if it were like a 1E fireball, it would travel down the well.
Not if you put it up there high enough.
Exactly. It's like 120-foot range or something.
Like an airburst bomb or a ground burst bomb.
Yes. Now I like what you're
I got a ring of fire resistance. Go for it.
Fuel air bomb. That's
that is a good bit of information to have. Thank you for enlightening me.
I don't have anything like that, so there's some more enlightening.
Well, and you're gonna smell when you burn. You're fishy.
Yeah.
You could be like a bad microwave accident.
Well, we could if we roll him in flour and drop him in some oil, and then you fireball the oil. We've got fish and chips.
Fry 'em. Yeah. Okay, so
fish man and chips.
How much mud can we get out of here?
I will say that about an hour later, you have gotten enough mud out of there as you're working your way across the floor. So when you get about 2 feet from the perimeter, you actually see a seam in the floor, which is round. And you keep going a little bit further, and it looks like there is a metal manhole cover, basically. There's a metal door, a metal plate of some sort that you have unearthed the edge of. It is centered in the bottom of the well.
So is it completely exposed?
You can certainly keep going.
Yes, we keep going.
Yeah.
We found something. We found a goal. Start working, motherfuckers!
I like this. That you're supervising, right? You're up there. Are you sitting on your immovable rod?
Made you the foreman.
I'm watching the clapper up there. If something bad happens, I'm gonna nuke them.
Awesome. Are you just sitting on your immovable rod, hanging out like 10 feet up in the air?
I could.
It's up to you.
Actually,
he's doing chin-ups on it.
I can walk up the edge of the well with my slippers and then put the rod like right in the center and just kind of lay down.
Oh, nice.
Just lay down looking up at the well with my finger, waiting for somebody to pop their head over the edge. That is exactly what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Okay. So you yell at the others, and I guess they keep working, shoveling mud into. This is this bag of holding. If it had a personality, would be really grumpy with you, man. Can't believe you're just filling me with mud. You eventually clear off a 3-foot diameter steel plate. It is marked with runes and patterns, and it has 3 holes that are diamond shaped in it.
Only 3.
I was
not
thinking
4?
It was a bowling ball, but now it's diamond shaped.
Sort of a squashed diamond. Some might say it looks like the cross section of a sword blade, for example.
Oh, would some say that?
Oh, would some say it looks like a dagger?
Some might say that instead.
There should be 4.
Why should there be 4?
No, there should only be 3 because one of us sucks but has pretty hair. Besides Liz.
My hair's okay,
We knew who you
but I've got
Daggers
nothing
in
on
the
Ben.
goddamn
Talk
holes.
We knew exactly who you meant.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be
Daggers
mean.
in.
Liz, I like your hair, but it's not in the same
It-
sport
it's
as that
not.
kid's hair.
I am well aware.
I mean, and us bald fucks have absolutely zero to say about it, but
Sounds like you have a lot to say about it.
Oh, man.
I kind of do.
Sounds like there's some jealousy
my hair
going
is
on there.
old and tired. Ben's hair is young and vibrant. His hair has its whole life ahead of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess ours has already died.
I had
Yeah.
real out of game real quick. I mean, we're out of game on this, but I had an informative speech for one of my classes. I should have informed them on how vibrant my hair is
Yes.
and how
That
to
would have
style
been
my hair.
fantastic.
That should
In
have
fact,
been it.
I suppose your semester's almost over, but I think everything in your public communications class should be about your hair.
That would be awesome.
My last speech is like the final exam, and it's like a ceremonial speech. So I have to write. Say if I was like, oh my god, brilliant. I have to write like an acceptance speech or something along those lines. I should write an acceptance
The hair.
speech for having the best hair.
Yes.
No, I think no.
in the
You want to
world.
write it.
Like, should be that bold or?
I think what's important though is that it's the hair that is accepting the reward, not you.
The
Yes.
hair-
true.
Yes.
The
True,
hair
true. Yeah.
should
Yes.
the hair should be thanking your body for maneuvering it around.
Sorry for
Thank you.
removing it. Sorry for
If
supporting
I
it.
go that route, I will live stream it in class.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
How hilarious
Okay.
would that be?
So, Liz, can you read any of the runes on the manhole cover?
That's a good question. Can I?
I thought it was. That's why I asked it.
I think it's an awesome question. Let's play 5e. Why don't you give me an Arcana check?
We're playing the game. Finally.
No.
Apparently, we're not.
Apparently, yeah. So you do as a. They are so as a dwarf who has studied magic. You have definitely seen a lot of arcane writing, and this shit's old. This seems like it's old, and maybe alien is a better word. Like this is so far from anything that you are familiar with that you're. It maybe it's actually art.
Can
right?
I make a
But-
religion check?
Sure.
I mean, if it's not like arcane,
Right.
maybe it's religious.
Um.
Can I make a survival check? How about
You're gonna have-
insight? Can I do insight?
Like
You can do anything you want. What's your goal?
Make a
I
performance
just
check.
want to find out what to do.
Oh, okay.
Can I go fishing?
Yes, there's a fish right next to you.
Stop that.
I
will
have a
fight that
fishing
turtle.
pole in my
And you are-
equipment list.
You're just lying down there. You can just lower down your see if anything bites. I mean, it seems pretty
If he goes
straightforward.
crazy and starts snapping at the lure.
The only thing I will hit that lure for is Holy Avenger. We all know that.
Okay, well,
That's what you have to dangle on the hook. Do you have an illusion? Maybe a little minor illusion you can cast?
I got some holy water.
So religion. That didn't do anything.
Religion doesn't tell us anything about this.
No, because you can't read it.
Oh, okay.
If you want, I can see if a knock spell does anything.
If it's arcane locked, it might.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, did you guys put the? Someone was talking to me. My sister was talking to me. Did you guys put the daggers in the?
No.
Oh.
Why would we do that?
I don't
You don't
know.
stick daggers in a door full of writing until you know what that writing says. The fuck is wrong with you? Are you new?
No, I'm just trying to get down the goddamn well so I can swing at things.
Is this your first time out of the water?
I'm just trying to
boy?
swing at things. That's all I'm trying to do.
The writing probably says, stick daggers in holes.
But yeah, what if it says that? Yeah.
All right, god damn it. I'll put my dagger in the hole, which sounds super dirty.
Our notes officially have a dramatic pause in there to talk about Ben's vibrant hair.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're only doing that to have sort of the story arc work out a little bit better. We don't actually care about the hair. We just wanted the suspense. How are they open the door?
Okay.
It was the
dagger. When you put the dagger in, I'm gonna say, since none of us took notes, I did take notes. I've just lost them. That you have the red dagger. I'm gonna say that.
I do. Okay.
And when you put the dagger in there, the red gemstone on the butt of the hilt starts to glow a little bit.
Ooh, pretty. All right, guys. Don't make me the weird one.
Do
Come
I have
on.
a dagger?
I don't have
You
a dagger.
do.
Yeah, the three of us do because we were.
Each of you that is not Perseus has a dagger.
Perseus gets the point.
Then I will place
Well, he's
my
got the
dagger.
hair. We needed knives.
He's got the defender.
Yeah.
You put your dagger in.
Yes.
And the green gemstone on its butt starts to glow. And then you step aside.
I'm going to activate my immovable rod in case we blow up.
Okay, and Fat Mensch, I guess, also does the same.
Yes.
Excellent. And the yellow gemstone lights up. So you now have 3 lit daggers sitting or stabbed into this steel plate.
So this is like a landing strip now. It's just lit up.
Yep. It says stand here, fly here. Something.
Do we need to twist them or anything to unlock? Or, I mean, are they able to be moved or manipulated?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, you sort of, I mean, I don't know what sort of conversation you're having here, what you're actually doing. So when you ask a question like that, I don't know if you're saying I do this or if you're just sort of like.
Okay. I will go to the daggers and twist them clockwise.
Okay, so
a quarter turn, we'll say.
You grab 2 of them, and it seems like it wants to move a little bit, but you can't actually make it move. But you can feel that there's some play in it.
I'll do the third one at the same time that he's got the other 2. So all 3 of them are moving together.
Appendage.
Excellent. All right. Well, finally, I think I need I don't know. I probably have it written down somewhere. Let's say a strength saving throw from all 3 of you.
3? Is that?
Yeah, only 2 of us are turning them.
Who's all 3?
All 4 of you.
Oh, okay.
A strength saving throw. Yeah, nailed the shit out of that one.
Okay. Well, that actually works out really well. So the 2 of you are sort of leaning over this plate, and you grab the daggers and twist them. And as you get close to that quarter turn point, the entire plate just flips inwards. It doesn't fall inwards. It's obviously on a hinge. The 2 of you get sucked in really rapidly. There's just this huge burst of air, I guess, pulling you guys in, and you sort of go ass over tea kettle and bang into each other.
I suck my arms and legs and head into my shell.
Nice.
That's a thing. I can do that.
Yeah. No, I understand. Is it a reaction?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
I'm gonna look it up to verify, but yeah, I do the turtles suck in.
Yeah, awesome. And you guys slam down onto a floor many feet below. So we'll see how your reaction thing goes, and then Halva, I'm going to want a dex saving throw from you, please.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So Halva is going to take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as she just gets slammed into the stone floor there, and we'll see what happens with Lex Luger, the turtle package. Dun, 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 dun. The other two of you, you see the two of them
where it is.
sucked down in, and you feel the air rushing by you as you're standing on the floor of the well. We know what is not disturbed, which is, the hair.
You want me to go? Tell me to grab my book, Peter?
No, I got it right here.
Okay.
Oh, I have disadvantage on dexterity saves, so awesome.
Nice.
But you have resistance to certain amounts of certain
So
damage.
it is an action, so it's not a reaction.
I don't think so.
Okay, no, that's fine.
So yeah, let me just have your dex save for half damage.
Yeah, that's gonna fail.
Yep. So you take 22 damage. And
Ow.
now, so you two, you guys hit a stone ramp. You are sliding down it, tumbling, rolling down it. You can. Oh, that's very interesting. Which ones of you have dark vision?
I think I do. I think we both do.
Not I.
Well, you don't matter at this point. At this moment, you don't matter.
Oh.
You matter a lot to me in general, but
no, okay.
So we'll say both of you. You can. So you're on a ramp.
Actually, I don't.
You do not.
I
Okay,
guess.
so you don't see shit except every once in a while as you roll over, you see a little circle of light way up there above your head that's getting further away from you.
Okay, so as we're rolling, is there anything we can do?
Yes, absolutely.
I will stop myself with my immovable rod.
Excellent. Okay, so yeah, why don't you give me a strength athletics check? Nice. Yeah. So you start to tumble down ass over tea kettle. You're rolling, somersaulting, and you reach into your cloak or whatever it is and click the thing on the rod and just manage to just butt up again. Halva, you are also somersaulting and cartwheeling. You can see a little bit, and you see that you are going down a ramp that is about maybe 12 feet wide, and that there's a drop off on either side. And what you notice as you're about halfway down this 40-foot ramp, first of all, you notice Lex just stop. But you can see at the bottom of the ramp, there is a pit. There is a hole in the ground that you will definitely go into unless you do something.
Can I spellcast while I am doing this rolling and falling and stuff?
If you succeed on a concentration check, a Constitution saving throw, which we're only looking for I'm going to crank it up a little bit. If you get a 12 on a Constitution saving throw, then yes.
I will try to cast Featherfall on myself to slow myself down.
Featherfall, you can absolutely cast. Yeah, no, Featherfall you can cast because that is designed to do that while you're falling. That's interesting. So Featherfall slows down your fall speed, and you're rolling, which is falling good enough. Yeah, so you start falling slower. So you're still rolling down the ramp, but you're rolling down kind of slowly, and you can get yourself oriented. You're still going though? What's your sort of next stage in this?
Now that I'm moving more slowly and I have more control over what's going on, I'm going to see if I can take my dagger and stop myself by, getting it into the stone.
Awesome. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and make me an attack or strength check or something like that? Make a dagger attack if you want. Sometimes we just have to break reality.
Or not.
Yeah. Or not. Yeah, so you stab in there and you're just scraping it down. It's still pretty slow. It's kind of nice. I think, yeah, I mean, it's sort of smooth stone, but you're definitely slowing yourself down more. And it's not that hard to do, but you are still kind of moving down the ramp. I think you have one more action before you will slowly go over the edge of the ramp and into the, yeah. And as I say, the room that you're in, you have time now to sort of see what's going on, that you're in a, probably a 30-foot wide room on this 12-foot wide ramp. So there's some space, between the edges of the ramp and the wall. And then there's at the bottom of the ramp, there's the thing. And then at the top of the ramp above it is a little hole. And halfway between the top of the ramp and you is a turtle wrapped around an immovable rod.
I'm going to cast light so we can see whenever we get to that point.
Yep, awesome. Yep, you can definitely do that. So the light on the board up there goes out, and the light appears down here. So what's Halva's last ditch? Or maybe you want to go down the pit. I mean, maybe it's, maybe it's all good down there.
I'd like to be able to see what's at the bottom of the pit before I make that choice.
Sure.
I'm working on it. I'm coming.
I will try one more time to stop my descent using the dagger.
Okay.
How far away is she from me?
She is now about 20-some feet down ramp from you.
I will yell to her to use the rope.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so she's moving it at 60 feet per round, right? Except less than that because she's on this slope here. So right as you're going over the edge there, you hear your buddy turtle there say, "Use the rope." Turtle sounds
yeah, I've got a rope.
It's a trap.
I try to save myself with the rope of climbing.
Excellent. Yeah. So, this is tough. I could be a real stick here. Yeah. Why don't you give me a what kind of roll do you want to use to see how good a job you do saving yourself?
Let's go for a dex roll.
What's the most beneficial?
Let's make it a dex. You can either do a dex save or an acrobatics check. They're probably the same.
Okay.
Come on, Liz, you can do it.
Nice. Okay.
Ooh.
So you just sort of have that coil of rope of climbing, and you grab hold of it and you yell the command word to have it just kind of latch on to however it magically latches onto things, and you grab on, and your feet are just at the bottom of the ramp, and as you come to a stop pulling on the rope, you see a slab of stone about 10 by 10 feet just come rotating down, and it smashes onto the ground right over the pit, echoing out everywhere. And you see behind where that slab was, you see a big vault door. So let's back up to the previous two, and let me see if I can get you guys on a map now. Seems like we should be able to. So Zach, if you want to move to, I think the title is 3B1. And I will...
God damn it, Zach!
So let's see. So I'm going to paste. Oh, wow, that worked well. So we've got, and you guys can't see it yet, but you will be there. So we've got Halva way down here. We've got the turtle package halfway down with some light. And we've got Fat Mensch and Perseus peeking over, saying, "What's going on, guys?"
What are you doing?
Move you over to here.
Patrick, I think you're muted.
You're right, I am. Fat Mensch
No.
can see in darkness 120 feet, thanks
Yep.
to my devil's sight.
And has sight all players.
But we're not in the dark.
I'm just saying if we are in the dark.
Okay.
So Fat Mensch has 120 foot vision, so I can make that happen. Has sight. Save changes. Maybe I need to make. So can you guys has sight all players? So I think, let's see if that worked actually. Apple L. Oh yeah,
What?
that works great. So you guys should. There you go. You guys should be able
Hey,
to see that
Look
stuff.
at that.
Hey, Will
you
I
Bebb's
can
on
see
here.
me.
Yeah, why did I have Will Bebb was on there?
Yep, he was. I was using him as a test token.
Oh, okay.
But he is no longer. He has been deleted. Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So yeah. So Fat Mensch, you guys are sort of up here looking over the hole, right? You're in the bottom of the well still. You're not actually on the map yet. Looking down, and you see it's about a 30-foot drop, and you can also see. So basically, as you look down, you can see the manhole cover has flipped down. You can see that the 3 daggers are sticking out of it still, and you can see down 30 feet to the top of this ramp that goes on down. I don't actually understand this map. I'm not sure what those gray area is. I think that's the edges of the ramp.
Yeah, it's to show height. It should have contour lines, but it doesn't. So
Right. And
it
it's
looks
really
like a pit, but it's actually the sides of the ramp going down.
and the ramp actually. I sort of pictured the ramp as being straight from where you hit the ground.
It should be.
Should be, right? Because otherwise you'd never make it to the pit.
Right. I'm kind of thinking it's sort of like a gully, like a bowling gutter.
A luge, a bobsled
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. So basically, it's a luge run to the pit. Since I know where we're at.
Like that.
Because otherwise, yeah, you would pitch off to the side, and this would sort of be pointless.
Be kind of weird, yeah. So Halva, there, where you see the X on the floor, to the north of you, I guess.
I do not see an X.
And yes, I just want to make note that Jim Wampler did have the excellent idea of how to not fall into the pit. I just want to acknowledge that as an old school master, he did throw that one out like a half an hour ago.
Way ago, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's like, why don't you just do this? We're getting there.
Do you see your token, Liz?
I do.
Okay, and you don't see to the north of that. Oh, so that must be just on my map. Good enough. I will draw it for you. That is what's going on there. So we will make a nice.
You have the player version, which doesn't have pits and such.
So there's a nice red square. So that slab of stone just fell down, and you can see behind it, as I said, a door of sorts in the wall. And you can also see that around to your right there, that's all sort of level ground. That makes right. So there's the ramp, and then to either side of it is more or less a flat cavern bottom.
Interesting. I will carefully check around the edges of the stone slab that came down and try to determine whether or not there's any danger of it tipping if weight is put on it.
Okay, yep. You can give me an investigation check if you like, please.
Investigation.
Yeah, you push on it on the edge closest to you, and it certainly doesn't seem to give. And you can just barely get a dagger or something in there, and you can't. You're sort of thinking maybe you could wedge it a little bit to try to see if it goes the other way, and you can't even budge it. I mean, you don't have enough leverage to even. But it's definitely not a pin balanced thing, right? You can't. It's not moving at all based on your investigation.
When it closed down, it looked like a lid covering the pit, right?
Yeah. It definitely seemed like it had a hinge at my elbow and just slammed down over the pit.
Like if you fall in that pit, you fucked because you ain't getting that door
open. That
open.
pit, you're not coming out.
Okay, trap avoided. We're out of here. By the way, did you guys bring the daggers out of the door?
They're still up. They haven't even come down through the hole yet.
Oh.
They're just watching you guys.
Dude, come on. What the hell? Liz is already halfway through Rappan Athuk.
We were making sure you
Zach's
guys got
not
killed
here,
first.
so I'll say it for him. Rappan Athuk's easy.
Wow, apparently
well, you know,
it is
I
easy.
keep forgetting stuff.
It's super
It
easy.
is easy. I keep forgetting stuff. Oh well. I'll put it somewhere else. It's all right.
All right. I'm moving up.
Yep.
Okay. So the answer is no, they didn't get the daggers.
God damn it.
I'm still waiting for them.
Go back and get them.
I said I was staying up here for now. I'll grab the daggers. Then I'll go on down.
Okay. All
right.
Yeah, someday these guys will figure out how to play this game, maybe.
Hey, Fish Dude, you can have my dagger because it's kind of useless for me.
I've kind of moved past the dagger.
All right, give me it back, fucker. Ain't great? Jesus. I hope you don't ever injure that hair because you get no healing from the turtle.
That's okay. I'll go hire another cleric.
A good one? You could say it.
Good one. Another.
Okay, so there's a door on the other side of the lid?
There is, yes. And the door has a... I get so confused here. Yeah, there's a door.
Okay.
There is a stone door, which is a weird thing in this world that we live in of D&D. And the door has a giant metal pull ring on it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what?
Thiefy roguey type?
Yeah, this isn't my job anymore, so.
Knock on it and say, housekeeping?
Candygram.
Right.
Check out the door, looking for traps.
All right, so having decided that the slab itself is safe, you walk forward to the door itself.
I didn't walk forward.
Oh, shit. It's going to flip up and crush Liz.
This came out of Grimtooth's, didn't it?
I was going to say, that's why I was checking the floor, because I was thinking, if I get on that, something weird's going to happen, and it'll either flip me back down, or it'll squash me up on the side of the wall, or...
Would you like to be checking the door from 10 feet away? Is that your plan?
I can raise your dad.
I'm just saying that was why I checked the floor first before going up.
No, that was good. Yeah. So is that a new investigation roll? No, you can give me an investigation roll. That would be great.
Investigation.
So
okay, after you are done checking the door, we have a bit of housekeeping we have to do before we proceed any further into this freaking dungeon. So just see if it's trapped at this point.
so yeah, so you look at the door, and so basically it's a rectangular door. You can see that there are some well-concealed hinges worked into the stonework on your side, so you think the door is going to open towards you, and that it's going to open normally as opposed to, flapping down on your head. You don't see any sort of mechanisms or tripwires or anything like that. You're also, though, just based on a sort of visual examination of the door, not sure how it is secured. Based on the amount of air movement that would have happened when that big stone lid slipped down, you're sure that if the door were just sort of loose, it would have just swung open. So there must be something holding it closed, but you're not sure what's going on exactly.
Well, guys, I do not see any traps.
Okay.
Okay, come back.
Yeah.
Regroup. I am going to spend 10 minutes casting a spell.
Okay.
Hero's Feast.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
It's time for a snack.
Awesome.
We are going to spend an hour eating our Hero's Feast.
Are you going to invite Fat Mensch to the party? You coming down?
I don't know if he gets his ass down here.
I thought I hadn't moved, huh? Had I? All right. Yeah, I'm a halfling. I'm there for dinner.
Okay.
Are you? So I hate to lead the party by the nose, but by asking a leading question, what are you doing with the manhole cover? You've taken the daggers out.
Yeah. Leave it.
Obviously, we're going to hurl it at somebody.
Well, it's attached to the floor there.
Well, we're going to leave it open unless it seals itself.
Okay.
And then we're just going to be screwed.
Wow, that's later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just be aware people may be coming down after us.
Yeah, I have nothing to do about that. So.
I have full faith in Skeeter fireballing them.
Yeah, bring it on. If a regular person comes down that hole and follows us, they deserve the fireball they're going to get. So I don't know if you guys know what Hero's Feast does. It gives us advantage on some saving throws and gives us 2d10 hit points for 24 hours. So
24.
As in temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So just wanted everybody to have that.
Thank you.
Now we can go figure out this door.
Are you rolling for the hit points, Edwin?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I could. Do you all want the same amount of hit points?
16. We'll take the 16.
I will.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Yeah.
So you have 16 temporary hit points. Do you have advantage on saving throws?
Let me figure it out here. I have it.
And this is a spell slot spell, not a ritual spell, I assume, even though it takes 10 minutes to cast and an hour to eat.
Right.
That's a good one.
Wisdom saving throws, immune to poison,
and frightened.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, wisdom saving throws are at advantage. Immune to poison and frightened, and your maximum hit points increase by 2d10.
So 16. Okay. Awesome.
So are we all just taking the 16, or are we going to roll?
I'm going to take the 16.
I'll take the 16.
I would roll crappy.
Yeah, I killed it. I'm taking my 17.
Awesome.
So the door doesn't look like it has it doesn't open with the daggers as well?
Correct. It does not look like it opens with the daggers.
Liz, if you wrapped your rope around the pull chain, we could try to open it from a distance.
Well, that's a good idea. Let's try that.
We'll try
You wrap
that.
your rope around the pull ring.
Yeah.
And back up and pull on it.
And back.
Is this your magical rope or your normal rope?
Rope of climbing. Unless
Okay.
you want me to just use normal rope, guys.
Doesn't matter. I have a grappling hook. We could use a normal rope so we don't have to lose a magic one.
Yeah, I can pull on it. I'm pretty strong.
All right. So one of you can give me with advantage a strength check.
I would be glad to, unless somebody has higher than a 25.
Oh, you have a 25.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that's all you, my man.
So
Jerk
my
off.
very rare item is a belt of fire giant strength.
Boom!
Damn,
Why don't you just go
nice.
up there and?
Really good.
Awesome.
Really good choice. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
All you.
that's definitely not going to break a rope.
Maybe such thing as too strong. With advantage. Okay.
How is that even possible? Oh, you know what? It didn't use my. No, it did.
Oh.
Never mind. It did.
Yeah.
Never mind.
There's no
Love it.
proficiency
Pretty
on
good.
that. So it's just,
But I had advantage,
Oh.
right? So it was
Yeah,
the
so it's a
second
20.
You had
tug
advantage.
on it that
Yeah,
that counted.
because somebody is helping you who is also strength
Yeah.
trained, so to speak.
Right.
yes.
That's perfect. I was thinking about doing a saving throw for the rope and seeing if we could get you to somersault backwards, but that's just silly.
I didn't really put my all into it because
You
I was a
sure
little bit
did.
overconfident.
Yeah, well, it's only one. You were only using one hand. It's like I don't want to break your rope or pull the tines on the grappling hook straight or anything. Yeah, so you guys pull and then yeah, that's great. With a
Bad.
loud shriek and some rending of steel, the door comes swinging open, and you guys bounce back a little bit, and you are looking. Let me see if I did this correctly here. Oh, what's that? Every once in a while, I make myself proud. But not normally. Zoom in. It's good that they're looking at Zach's screen and not my screen because there's crazy shit going on at my screen. So the door swings open, and you can see into a long hallway, which looks nothing like what you see on the map, mostly because the room is filled with a 5-foot grid of 1-foot diameter steel cylinders. And they are in a zigzag pattern so that you can't really see very far because they're sort of, they're not random, but they're definitely, they're, what's the word I'm looking for? Staggered. There we go. As you look down in there, but you can, Mr. 120 footer there, you can see that there is a wall and a door at the far end.
Yes, there is a wall and a door at the far end, people.
All right, let's
Like
do
more
this.
doors. We adventured to more doors.
Me.
Yeah, it's
Bring
really
us
it's an
light.
easy level, but there's a lot of doors.
I will go forth with light and conquer.
I will
Okay.
be conquering as well after him.
Oh,
After he.
rid of I can do that.
I will approach the doorway.
I keep hearing the theme to the Lost Vikings playing whenever we are doing anything. Meaning we don't know. Never mind. Yeah, I guess you guys never played The Lost Vikings by Blizzard way back in the day.
No.
I hear the Benny Hill theme personally, but
Yeah, no shit. I was just gonna say that.
The circus theme, yeah. Or Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Want to go first, Peter, or do you want me to go first?
Either one, yeah.
I will allow you to go first.
All right.
I'm just trying to shed some light on all this. I think the barbarian and the future paladin should be in front.
Future paladin, I love it. I'm going in. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. It's
Anyone
a
follow?
Kind
tall,
Hey, halfling, you gonna make it happen?
So the room is probably about 15 foot. No, it must be more than that. 20-foot ceilings, and oh no, I guess it's not. It's really 12 foot. Yeah, 12-foot ceiling.
The very funny thing about this room is this is the wallpaper on my central computer monitor.
This room.
The one that we're in right now.
Yeah, this is. You mean the image? Like there's a drawing of it.
Yeah, there's art of it.
Awesome.
Because I'm very specifically terrified of this room.
That's
Is that
funny.
like aversion therapy?
No,
I feel like you're in the wrong room somehow, or maybe I am.
I think you are. This is the room we discussed earlier before everybody else was on.
It actually isn't. That's why I was thinking that you were you're actually off one.
crazy.
So the you're never going to get there. The room under this is the room you're thinking of.
Is it?
Yeah. That's why it's avoidable.
Oh, because I have always thought this was that room.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
Aren't you the project manager?
Well, it's a perspective thing because they're stacked.
Right.
I'll shut up now. Sorry, I just had to say it.
No.
I mean, I could have
all-knowing voice of Zach.
Well,
Right.
let's keep going. Let's just keep
we
going.
can keep going, but it's a good thing to. I mean, the whole point, part of the point here is a play test. So if you
Right.
think they should be flipped, then that's something to consider.
Well,
Let's talk about it in 20 minutes.
yeah,
All right.
we'll just keep going.
So you're in this room, pillars, awesome.
Because the thing is, if this is the upper room,
Mhm.
there wouldn't be any pillars.
There are, as you'll see. I mean, there are pillars in this room, and I think you'll like what happens to them.
So are these pillars like? I'll try to draw you a picture with my ping thing. So they're like pillar here, then you said they're staggered, right? So
Yeah.
it'd be
so
like diagonal spaces, like kind of like this.
Yeah, so I can
Okay.
even do better there. Draw shape, hold. We need an alt. There we go. So
Did you just insult the hair's drawing skills?
Yeah, I'm very offended right now.
well, he wasn't drawing.
My
That
Rappan Athuk safe space.
was-
Just because it looked like it was made with an Etch-a-Sketch.
So something like that, but not irregular.
Okay.
Not yellow.
Not irregular, not yellow. Okay. Can I investigate the pillars to see if there's any kind of writing on them or?
They are smooth. They are steel. You can give me an investigation check if you like. Absolutely.
Okay.
And you can see that they have vertical striations on them. They're pretty subtle, but they're like, you know how steel has a grain, or if it's polished, it's in a certain direction?
Yeah.
This is definitely vertical.
Okay.
Do they look like runes?
No. It just looks like somebody took some 200 grit sandpaper and sanded it, but was sanding it vertically.
So it looks like brushed nickel.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's not terrible. All right.
Aside from structural integrity, I'm a little bit sketched out of these pillars.
Put your tongue on one.
No.
See if you
I
stick.
triple dog dare you.
Does our thief want to go ahead and look for any traps that could be possible in this little maze of pillars?
I
In
will
this
do
place
so.
called Rappan, Athuk?
Yeah, that's where you should be checking every 5 feet.
Are you,
I found that out the hard way.
Check the walls, check the
Yes.
pillars,
Yes.
check my fellow
Okay.
party members.
Yes.
They are definitely trapped. There's a fireball trap on one of them.
Yeah. It goes off randomly.
Exactly.
Good. That's good.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me your investigation check if that's your goal.
With advantage?
So, oh, you don't have advantage, do you?
No, I was
I
throwing that out for.
was going to say I have something called reliable talent. Whenever you
Okay.
make an ability check that lets you add your proficiency bonus, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10, but that doesn't really
Well, this was an 8.
matter here.
Oh,
So
this was a 3. No, it does. Are you proficient in this?
Oh yeah.
Because you rolled a 3.
I did roll a 3 because I rolled an
Yeah,
11.
you got a 3 plus 8. Well, then you have
did
plus
an
8.
Ah, okay.
So it's technically, is it just 10 or would it be 18 then?
So is it 10 or 18? I think it must be 10. Rolled a. Can you read it to me again? Anytime you.
Let's see. Whenever you make an ability check, well, that wouldn't have been an ability check though. So, well,
It is.
I'm not sure how
Technically
they.
is. Yeah, it
Skill
technically
What
is.
is ability check in 5e?
All of those
So I
skills.
would have called
that
it
you
a
see.
skill
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, because it's based off your intelligence, and so that makes it an ability check, and it's
Okay.
only basically it is an intelligence check, and you happen to be investigating, which gives you a little bump.
Hmm.
So it is. I will call it. It's definitely an ability check. And the question really is whether. So this is the rogue thing here. It's a monk, ranger, rogue, versatile, fast hand, supreme sneak. By 11th level, whenever you make an ability check that lets you add your proficiency bonus, you can treat a d20 roll. Yeah, that was a d20 roll of 3. So I'm going to say that means you get an 18.
Yeah.
That's bizarro, though, is it? Is that what we may? That's weird. that
It's
you-
very awkwardly worded.
I've read it, but
Yeah.
I've never had to. Yeah, I've never used it in play, or I've never been
But
a part of a
definitely-
game.
Yeah, well, let's. I'm gonna. It's more fun if you get an 18 than if you get an 11. So you start examining the walls and the floor here in the first 5 or 8 feet of the room, and you are pretty sure that there's no way that these pillars are structural, at least not in the normal sense, because what you notice is that they actually go down into the floor. So you can actually you could slip a boy, it'd have to be a really thin piece of paper, but if you had probably not medieval paper, but if you had modern cheap ass paper, rule book paper, you might be able to get it in there.
Hey, some of us print on higher quality paper. Thank you.
Your thieves tools, though, you can sort of your feeler gauge there. You can so there's a little bit of a seam all the way around the pillar where it goes down into the floor.
So I don't know if that means they have the ability to move up and down or what, but they do seem to go through the floor to someplace else.
I would say that combined with having previously noted the vertical striations, you would think that either the pillars move through the floor or the floor moves up and down on the pillars.
Okay.
Oh, shit. How high is the ceiling?
12 feet.
Mm.
So just in case we're going to possibly get
Are there any?
squished,
Are there any seams on the floor or around the wall?
start looking for ways out.
Oh, well, there's two doors. There's the one you came in, and there's the one at the far end. Oh, that's a good question. So you look at where the floor meets the wall, right?
Right.
Yeah, that actually looks like a pretty solid stone joint. I mean, there's some cracking in it. There's a little bit of probably shrinkage cracking, says the dwarf. But it looks like
it was
a
cold.
normal corner.
Can I pour some water at the edge
Of the room?
Yeah.
Or pillar?
Where the wall goes in to see if it like dribbles through?
Yep. Yeah, it wets out, but it doesn't seem to be. It's not like running down there. But
Okay.
it does pull water into the joint a little bit, but doesn't seem that weird.
Well, yeah, it would wick in there a little bit.
Right.
All right. Well, carefully go around the edge of the room.
Okay. So you're just walking along the edge of the room to the far side?
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and move your Dealy Bop token. Lex Luger Turtle. And what you can see when you get to this far side is that the door is a steel door, very similar to the pillars. And it has on it a big wheel, like a ship's wheel, capstan.
Okay.
And that is mounted to the middle of the door.
Strong person?
All right. I will go up
trap
to it.
detecting person first.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, who took a smart pill?
Skeeter did.
Wow.
Apparently not.
Who's the trap detector?
That's Liz.
Sorry, my
She was
Skype has filled up my entire screen and I can't get it to... Okay, there we go.
It's just Ben's giant hair.
Okay, let's look for traps.
All right. Boy. I'm going to say that you don't find anything with a visual examination of the door, the floor before the door, the walls right around the door, that anything different than what you already know.
Well, shit. Didn't expect that.
Well, let's all go home then.
Yep, I agree. Pack it up.
So what is the rule for checking for traps? What has to happen to her for her to have another shot at doing it? Or can you just do it once?
So there's no rule as written in it. What I tend to do on a if this were a failed check, I would tend to either sort of change the world to adapt to the failure of the check, or for some checks, or for other checks, I will just say that she doesn't have the skill to do it. And what I do when players get cocky and say, well, she rolled a 10, I'm going to roll, I just I make the DC harder each time. And still, it's possible to succeed with future checks. But so in this case, so for example, on this investigation check, she doesn't find anything, I guess. I mean, I would sort of, unless she does something differently, I would just take that roll going forward. That's what she has found in this check. Yeah.
This is also an example of when you could use, if somebody wants to use the help action to assist.
Well, I totally forgot about having guidance. I could be casting guidance on her.
Well,
every
so
time.
if you say...
So guidance, I would definitely give her a reroll.
Yeah, if you say that you want to assist, then she gets it at advantage.
Yeah.
If you're trained. So, if the assister is trained in that skill.
Okay.
Or you could do a group check.
Right.
So
if you're all looking.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay. I don't know shit about traps, so I'm
useless.
I
kind of do. I have the Dungeon Delver feat. I don't have anything specifically worked into my fighter, like proficient in investigation. I'm proficient in perception, but the Dungeon Delver. So I have advantage on wisdom and perception intelligence checks made to detect the presence of secret doors. You have advantage on saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. And I resist damage dealt by traps. So technically I would I know stuff about traps, or would I just know how to avoid them, so could I assist her is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Enough to go on?
I don't think, so if it were a perception-based trap, meaning if it were something that could be seen like a tripwire, so sometimes I ask for investigation, sometimes I ask for perception. In these particular cases, everything has been sort of studying as opposed to looking. So absolutely, to find a tripwire or to find a pit trap, a concealed pit trap, absolutely, you could do it, or you could help. You could help her.
So right now,
if you want. But yeah, I don't think that you don't have the ability to help with investigation, I will say.
Right now, yeah. Okay, cool.
And then, but now if you wanted, if Lex wanted to cast guidance and say, "Oh, I didn't realize you were looking for traps. Let me give you some. Let me give you some."
No, I'm not gonna do it in this particular case, because if she looked for traps and said there's none there,
you trust her.
Insanely believe her, but
I'd stake my life on it.
Yeah. Okay, that's good enough for me. Okay, strong dude. Turn the wheel. Make the deal.
All right, I'm gonna step up to the counter and turn that wheel.
So as you start to turn the wheel, it definitely is a hard wheel to turn. So you can go ahead and give me you did give me a strength check. Look at that. So you turn it. You get it turned once around. And I know, right?
I'm a little disappointed with my super strong strength here.
It's hard going, but you can turn it. Can the other three of you give me perception checks, please? And Lex, you can take advantage with your dungeon. Actually, you all have advantage. It doesn't matter.
We all have advantage.
Just ate well. So you guys all notice.
I don't. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not paying attention, man. I'm looking at butterflies.
A wall.
Halva and Perseus, as Fat Mensch turns the wheel, you see the pillars move down about a foot.
Okay, I am going to go to the Fat Mensch and cast guidance on him.
Okay.
Keep spinning the wheel, big guy.
I go assist.
All right.
Now you're doing that plus a D4 or D6. Because she's gonna need it.
Jesus, you are the worst barbarian ever.
Maybe
we really are.
This is why barbarians hate magic.
If he rages and you do damage to him every round, he'll do a lot better. So as you're
slapping him in the back of the head.
Exactly. So as Lex leans in to sort of pat you on the back and say "Good on you," your hands slip, and the wheel just spins back, and the pillars just go up, and you hear them just pound into the ceiling, or into something up there. Another.
I know we're here now.
I know how we can fix this. Spin
Move the
the
rod.
Yeah, spin the wheel, put the rod in there to lock it in place, spin the wheel again, and then
Well, you
we
have to
can
take
just
the rod out to spin it again, right?
Right.
I go assist him.
He can certainly
Yes.
rest or whatever between.
Yeah, we'll do that to help.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I think this is one of those things that I think is will get really dumb. So eventually, using this method and your fire giant strength,
Which has been invisible so far.
Yeah.
which has been invisible.
Still
So
waiting.
I was the runt of the litter.
right.
Apparently.
It's just sort of the slightly warm ember giant.
Yeah.
The
Fire
lukewarm giant.
taller.
Yeah. So after you get 4 turnings through, you can and the pillars keep dropping down, and you can start to see that there's a little bit of a taper to them. And as you keep on going, you can see that they come to wicked-looking sharp spikes. And you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and it takes 12 turns before the 3 things happen. The pillars the points of the pillars are now flush with the top of the floor, and you also hear a loud, and actually feel, because it shakes the whole floor, ka-chunk, as something clicks into place, and you can feel the door open, or at least become unlatched. And I think we should call it here.
Okay.
Well, timed at 10 o'clock-ish.
You're the DM. The GM.
I am.
You have all the power.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. So yeah, an hour a room. Pretty good. So,
So I totally spazzed out about where the room placements were. You were right. I was.
Okay, cool.
I was. Whenever it's happened, I'm not going to talk about it because we're still here. But
Okay.
I was wrong. You were right.
So
That's pretty major there.
that is major.
And
I
we've got
recorded it.
recorded, right?
Oh, yes,
Zach?
I do. Yes, I do. Locally and
Well,
online.
so, and the reason I can say that is because I've only done this one once, and we went the alternate route.
Ah, yes, I bet
So
that's
it was the first room that I encountered.
The Gandalf excuse. We came through the other side of Moria. We've all
Yeah.
heard. We've all heard that one.
Yeah, no. So that's why I was kind of discombobulated.
Yeah, no, I can see that. So what do you think about that's sort of an? So I was thinking about the trap thing, and I think it seems reasonable. I mean, she didn't find a trap because there is not a trap. I mean, there is a trap, right? Sort of, but
Right. So I don't know how. Well, yeah, I can talk about it. It doesn't matter. That's the mechanism that affects the trap, but it's not the actual trap per se.
right.
So
exactly.
it's the trigger. So I think that comes down to just being a DM's call.
Yeah.
And you know, if she had rolled and gotten like a 30, yeah, then
Right.
it's a little bit different. But when it's real close, you can go either way.
And we don't
I
have
think.
anything in the rule set the other thing I didn't actually write anything specifically other than for discovering that this is a trap. Like, obviously you can see what happens. You've done that. So something, and you already know about that. Obviously they're sprung, right? Because they sprung. So you've seen it happen now. What you don't know is what would trigger this.
Right. What activates it?
Yeah, because the trigger is almost certainly well out of this area that Halva was exploring.
Right. Yeah. And I struggle a little bit also with the, and I know there's sort of the old school sometimes of, okay, I'm going to make 20 rolls because I'm looking at 20 10-foot squares, and we're going to say that we spent 20 hours or 20 turns, looking for stuff.
No, that sucks.
But that kind of sucks even then. I mean,
yeah, they do it different now. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, there are thief rogue characters that say, "All right, I'm going to check every 5-foot square we pass by," and it's like, shut up. I'm going to kill you just on principle, so we don't have to deal with that.
This is why I don't play with you in a game anymore, because I'm a safety.
Right.
I'm concerned about safety. Player safety is important to me. That's why I joined Frog God.
Oh, fuck the players.
Oh, wait, that's why I joined Frog God. You're right, I was confused.
Kill them all.
You heard it there first, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Kill those people.
I got caught in my own trap. I got recorded.
Yeah. There you go.
And I guess the well thing also, that was all good. I don't think there was anything really missed there, right? Because, I mean, there was good investigation checks, but they were totally in the wrong.
Well, the thing about finding this area is you're not supposed to find this area.
Exactly, right.
You are supposed to be
know about it.
told to exactly how to get there. Because I mean, with the daggers, the idea with them being keys is like, okay, keys to what? If somebody has the keys, there's a door. It's just a matter of getting. You may not know exactly where the door is.
Right, and that's why you were given the mission to go down under the well, and eventually you got there.
And thank you for not making it the actual well, because that would have been like, oh, let's wander around.
Right.
Because we would have screwed that right up. So
yeah.
I mean, you gotta. This area isn't so much you randomly encounter this area as you quest to find this area. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta want it, or you gotta really not want it, and I think we really don't want it. We're gonna get swooshed.
And I feel like it's also there's enough big crazy stuff that it is definitely one that pushes hard on the GM in terms of rulings and just kind of like, and I don't think we want to get too nitty gritty on it, because there's too many ways. Like, so what's a roll to see if someone can stop themselves sliding down a thing with a dagger while they're feather falling?
Right. This actually.
Roll high.
Actually,
roll high is exactly right.
Really works well for a crazy convention game. Okay, here's some 18th level characters. You're gonna do this weird ass dungeon, and having a bunch of shit you don't care about, or the culmination of a very long campaign where you know what your characters can do, and you specifically have Celeria from Bard's Gate says, here's a map. There's a door at the bottom of this well. Here are the keys. Go forth and don't die.
Skeeter.
Right.
Yeah. Kill them.
Okay.
Kill them all. So,
I think you need promotion.
Yeah. Dogs sort them out.
It's a tough one.
I'm gonna promote him. That's good thinking, Skeeter. You should be promoted.
Nope. I refuse.
Stop showing your wisdom 18. It's showing again.
No.
It's showing again.
Well, I need to make a really poor life choice to rein that back in then.
Again? All right. Well.
Yeah.
A couple of things on the stream. The maps look really nice, Edwin. I mean, I think that I didn't see the layer. I have to look at this. Maybe we'll do another one of these again when the maps come to backers, the Rappan Athuk maps. But I mean, they do look really nice thrown up on the screen, and the way I just think it makes the online play seem really nice. I think these maps will be well used. I hope from Roll20.
So, yeah.
Well, and because Edwin kind of made the comment, we may modify these maps to put some pillar tokens on these levels as well.
Mm-hmm.
Zach.
I know,
and Zach will handle that.
Everybody knows who will handle that.
Because all we got to do is put some gray dots in there.
It would definitely be nice to see if we could clean up the ramp somehow, because that's a really, I mean, it's such like the verbal description is, has to be read 2 or 3 times to really understand what's going on, or to think you understand what's going on.
Yeah, what I might do is I might rewrite the ramp to describe it more as like a winding gutter.
Right.
Yeah.
That would do it. That would work.
To roll you down towards that, because we're not going to redo the map to make a straight ramp.
All right.
Just because I would have to have Robert redo that, and
he's busy. That'd
be a pain in the ass. It's a lot. Surprisingly, it's a lot cheaper to have me rewrite some stuff than it is to have him recartographic it. So
what's even cheaper is to have Patrick do it. Oh, I said it out loud again.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
No, I want it done right.
You keep working on that black.
Seriously. We don't want to have any rework.
Oh. Oh, you silly little tadpole, you. Rework is the Frog God motto.
I'm trying to change that.
You're new to this level, right? This is your first time encountering this level?
Oh yeah, I've never been in Rappan Athuk at all, so these games are my first time for every part of it.
Oh,
so I feel like,
well, how come you're smarter than everybody then?
I'm just smart.
Because she's smarter than everybody.
Okay. Well.
I feel like feedback from you would be, if you have any, would be useful. In terms of, so if, in other words, and yet painful. If there are things that maybe weren't clear because of the description, we can work on the writing. If there are things that seem sort of mechanically clunky, like if I made so here's something, right? You're supposed to roll 12 times. You have to get 12 consecutive strength checks to get this damn thing open. And
that's a little bit redonkulous. That
a lot. So that's
not
something
work.
We can change.
Yeah.
In previous versions, it wasn't as big of a deal, and the person who wrote this level sometimes gets really hung up on some dumb shit.
I mean, I think it is important to allow the. I mean, I think it's interesting for them to realize that the thing is spring loaded. That seems perfectly reasonable. And it's probably nice to have a chance to screw it up once or twice, because it's sort of an exciting thing to have the pillars shoot up and really get a sense of how dramatic that would be. But the wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to do 12 rolls in a row to do anything.
Exactly. Well, and what's worse is they have to be consecutive, which means you're going to fail a couple times. So to get 12 consecutives, you're going to roll like 30 times or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the worst.
Yeah. That just slows down play, and it's no.
Okay, so speaking from a game perspective, this level is designed for characters higher level than we are.
Right.
Is there something at that level that could make it much more automatic, and we remove the whole multiple skill checks?
So one thing we could do is just say that. So one thing I have done in some things like this is you have to have a strength of blank or succeed on a skill check. So in other words, we could say that anyone with a strength of 20 or higher just succeeds.
Yeah, that would have been really effective, because our,
because I obviously
giant is not getting it done.
Yeah, a strength of 20 is going to be
sort of
pretty
the take
generic
20.
The
what?
It'll be strength of 20 at, even at 13th level is pretty viable. Yeah, like at least one person in the party will have it,
Well, and if not,
by this level, your main stats maxed out.
Maybe instead of an automatic success, if someone has a sufficiently high strength, it cuts down on the number of successful rolls that they have to make.
Oh, okay. So if you do a chart that says if you have, like a table or something, if you have 18 strength, it takes this many rounds to wind it down. If you have 20 strength, it takes 4 less. If you have 25 strength, you can spin it like, a steering
Yeah, that's a
wheel
good idea. Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
I like that. I think that's awesome.
Okay,
I
we'll
think
change that.
the other thing I was thinking of, there is also that enhanceability spell, which I suspect would be around, and would be a perfect use. This would be a perfect use for it. Like if somebody doesn't have a 20, maybe if one of the really fast ways is a 22 strength or something, and I don't know, but so yeah, I think there's lots of ways it could be done. So the other thing that I think is a little broken, and this is the engineer coming out here.
Oh no.
I know. So based on this description, the ceilings actually can only be like 8 feet tall, and I feel like the room has to be taller than that because of its actual purpose. Because the thing goes down a foot every time you crank it, and after 4 cranks, you start to see the taper.
Right.
Which means there was at least 4 feet of spike up in the ceiling, but after 12, it's all the way down, which means there's only 8 feet of spike visible at the beginning.
Yeah, we can reword that. I actually don't mind the ceiling being low here because of its ultimate purpose. This is supposed to be kind of a confining.
Yeah, you're right.
So, that's something we can reword.
Yep. So maybe we just make sure that maybe it's just that we need to make sure that the intro where we talk about ceiling heights matches the description of the spike, of what's going on with the spikes.
Yeah. In this room specifically, we can make it a architectural comment.
Yep. Now,
about the
does
height
that
and
mean
everything.
we want to have a chance to fail? Maybe so. If, in other words, I like the idea of if you have a 20 strength, it takes 2 rounds, and you have an 18 strength, it takes 4 rounds, or whatever.
I don't think there's going to be a chance of failure, just because if you do, it's the time killer thing, and at high enough levels, people just don't even want to deal with that in your game. They want to do the interesting stuff. I mean, unless there's some kind of
so maybe
if it's a tournament and you want to try
calamity.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's a tournament, right?
Yeah,
and you're wanting your groups to kill time because the winner is going to be determined who gets the farthest along. But other than that, there's no point.
Yeah,
and I think it is important. Go ahead.
Okay. Some people if you can only play, if you can't play every week, or if you're playing like once a month or something, your group is probably not going to want to be spending an hour trying to get the roll.
I mean, so
completely RNG based.
There's a comment in the chat about putting a wheel on. Well, you can't put it on 4 pillars, but you could put a wheel in 4 places, and you have to sync them up.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would work because it kind of specifically the wheel needs to be on the door because it serves more than one purpose.
Right. Well, and I think it leads to the same issue also of people failing, not being interested. I think the crux of it is that failing this is not interesting. So there shouldn't be a chance to fail. I think that's really what it comes down to.
It's just a time killer, and it's boring and frustrating. And,
but I do think
people will sit around the table and go, "Why the fuck do we have to do this?"
Exactly.
Because Skeeter Green said so.
Yeah. So,
but I think it is important in the description that it's made obvious to the GM to make obvious to the player that as they are opening it, it is spring loaded, and that if they let go, it will spring back. Like, I think those sentences have to be in there.
That I could describe that the wheel has to always be under tension, or they lose all progress.
Exactly, and it all spring. Right. Oh, and that would be awesome.
And that leaves it. That leaves it up to the DM if they want to be a hard ass about it, they can. But as presented, here's how it goes. You can modify this by if they slip or.
I'd really like to see if they rolled a natural 1, it springs back and breaks their arm.
Well, but there's nothing that you roll on. There's no roll. It's just
what I think
based
is
on strength.
cool about it is that now if for some reason somebody is chasing them down the well, and so let's say you get the thing halfway open and arrows start flying, and now you have to make a choice of, like, do I let go?
Do you sacrifice the turtle or do you keep going? Basically.
Yep.
Well, there
fun.
could be
No, it is.
there could be a way to incorporate sort of what Patrick is talking about and have a base time. Like if you have 18 strength, it takes you 10 rounds to get this down. If you want to make a strength check for every X amount of points, you can go faster. And if you then roll a 1, you lose all your progress. So there's a little risk and reward about time.
More interesting. Yeah, if you're in a hurry for some reason.
Right.
It's sort of the opposite of it's the opposite of take 20. You can choose to take a roll.
Right. You can take the roll and it could go bad.
That's kind of like all the places where you can either go half speed, or if you want to go full speed, you have to roll an acrobatics check or fail.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
I like that.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I have to go finish a paper, so I'm gonna have to.
You got your hair?
head out
Yeah,
for
you
the
Go
night.
finish a paper.
My hair has to go finish a paper.
He's going to go blow dry his hair. Don't fool anybody. It takes hours to look like him
True.
every day.
Yes.
Think of the money
We'll
you
wake
save.
up like this.
If you get a haircut like Patrick and Edwin, dude, think of the time you'd save.
Yeah, about 5 minutes in the morning.
Oh, no, you're lying.
Doesn't even take that long.
Don't hate him because he's beautiful.
All right, Ben.
Thanks for the game.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching,
Thanks,
See you,
everyone.
Ben.
See ya.
Bye.
I'm glad he's good-natured about his hair.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, I like that. That's a definite improvement.
So that would work there. Yeah, we can't really talk about anything else yet.
Right, because we haven't done anything else.
We can talk about Tome of Horrors Reborn for 5th edition.
Yeah, we can talk about that real quick, actually. And honestly, Patrick and I had a fun time last night. And
We did.
We went through.
That sounds dirty.
It does sound dirty, but actually, sometimes it felt dirty because we were cutting out good monsters. But no, we went through the list that we got from Edwin a while ago with the Rappan Athuk creatures, and then the Quest of Doom 4 creatures, and then we got busted out the book, and we're kind of like Roman emperors going through with our thumbs up, thumbs down, some fairly quick decisions. And the biggest decision about it is, was it already in a WotC book before, and is it in there now? I mean, that's the one that makes the biggest choice, because we have so many options. So Patrick, go ahead and describe a little bit what we did.
Oh, yeah. So it's pretty much like we said. So at the end of a gladiatorial event, thumbs down, thumbs up, lives or dies. And we got into the G's, going through everything in Tome of Horrors Complete, compared between Swords and Wizardry and Pathfinder, because there's some that are in some and in one of them and not in the other. But we were also looking at what is in 5th edition foes and stuff like that. So because we want to limit duplication. Came up with a really good list. We've got a plan for some new art that will fill it out, like the elemental dragons. And I think it's Josh Stewart we're going to have do those.
Probably. He doesn't know that yet, but probably. I think one of the
so surprise Josh Stewart.
One of the things I think that was good is that everybody will be relieved to know that the corpse orgy has been removed, because I think nowadays we have more of a sensitivity about those kinds of creatures. So there's no more corpse orgy, so it makes it collectible, the old books. No, but we took out a few things like that. We took out some like undead that were either came from an old necromancer adventure or already existed because they didn't seem to have a purpose.
Yeah, the stuff that was
no
so
point.
There's some stuff that's really just very
the same,
similar to some of the stuff that exists in 5th edition now, and we wanted to pick things that were new and different.
Thank you guys for actually doing a line in the sand.
Like
Holy
giant seahorses.
shit balls!
You're welcome.
hey, can I have a spooky incorporeal monster? Oh, it's slightly different than this other spooky incorporeal monster.
Yeah, those
were the first. Those and some oozes. But we had and the thing is, one of the things about the Tome of Horrors that it's cool is that it's so big and it has so many things. But to find those, when I first picked that book up, I'm like, well, that's kind of different. Quotes. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, what do you know? There's another fill in the blank here. But there are so many great ones in there. And we're trying to, pull out those. And we're also trying to not overkill with because there's so many cool elementals that some of the stuff that's not making this volume will make other volumes. They will show up.
Right.
And so we're trying to make sure that it's as interesting, it goes across different humanoids. Plus we haven't put it on the KS yet, but there's going to be a PDF of the brand new stuff you can't buy anywhere but here, for Soldier, Wizard, and Pathfinder. We hired Anthony Pryor. You may know him from, I don't know, Dark Sun.
Everything.
Yes, exactly. And he's writing 20 completely new ones. And he asked me for guidelines. I said, well, you wrote Dark Sun and everything else, and so I'm going to go ahead and trust your judgment. Just 20 creatures spread across type. And then so those will be done, he said, in about 2.5 weeks. And so we'll have an idea before the KS is over what we got. But those will be in a PDF for Swords and Wizardry and Pathfinder people, because we don't know when or if those will get printed or how, because the new Swords and Wizardry book for Monsters is going to really focus more on stuff that is Swords and Wizardry style play. So we don't know. So we're going to offer that, but we have something, even brand new stuff coming in. So we have to make those decisions. But it was fun. It was fun playing Emperor with Patrick. Like, all right, yeah, no. Like, I don't know. Kushi Duck, lame. You kind of just...
So that was one of the other things we kind of tried to look at, was what kind of style of play these creatures would give. And especially the ones that overlap with monstrosities. Because we definitely want to keep the one-y feel of Frog God, when we push these out, because that's our thing, 5th edition rules, 1st edition style. So,
that's an interesting thing to say, though, because I feel like one of the I will even go so far as to say one of the great strengths of 1st edition is that it is a just complete mishmash of styles. I mean, you look at those, right? I mean, you can choose to be to run a game that's sort of mythical. You can choose to run a game that's really over the top goofy. You can choose to run a humanoid game. Like, there's so many different styles that are almost randomly mixed together in that first monster manual.
Well, and I should let me say, not necessarily the style, but more of the I would say play style more than anything, so that there's a greater risk versus reward, that kind of thing. So that, I mean, the monsters are deadly. That's the thing.
I have a question for Liz.
Yeah, well, that's
Liz.
Yeah.
Do you own one of the Tome of Horror books of ours?
I might have one or two of them. I'm pretty sure I do not have all of them.
Are anything in there memorable that you must have in this book? Because now you have the opportunity to make sure you can trump Patrick and I.
Yeah.
Nothing
if
is
you need us to
springing to mind.
If you need us to give you till 2 weeks from now, take your time.
That's right.
That would be good. I'll do some flip throughs and see if there's anything. It's like, oh, I love this.
For listening to us pontificate so loudly and nerdily and so politely, please pick some, and we'll make sure that Liz gets the pass. You can pass the slip. Whether you call it for congressman, you get a blue slip for anybody for a court. Pick them.
I don't know. I mean, I tend to like kind of goofy sorts of monsters, which doesn't really seem to go.
No, those
Tome
do go
of
well.
Horrors,
It's the Tome of Horrors, goofy horrors at times. So.
For instance, one of my favorite undead creatures is the crypt thing.
It's in there.
It's in there. It is in there.
They are my super favorites.
With fantastic new art.
The whole thing about the Tome of Horrors was it got named in a contest. And it was somebody, it was a message board contest because Frog God or Necromancer Games was going to put out a monster book. and they wanted a good, solid title for it. And one of the longtime posters on Necromancer Games, there was a thread on the forums, and I don't remember who it was exactly. It was one of a couple of people it could have been. He threw this out there just randomly, and we jumped on it and said that is one of the greatest names ever for a monster book. And that's how the whole product line came through. It wasn't an intent of let's come up with the most horrible monsters ever. It was, we have a monster book, now we need a title for it.
We're the most horrible people ever, so really we already got that side covered. So
not then. We really weren't then. This has been a slow degeneration into madness.
So and we had to wait for the internet generation to declare us the worst ever.
So I mean, it's like monstrosities. That was, Matt was trying to find a name that was evocative of, the original style, the first edition monster manual, that whole vibe and feel. And some dipshit threw out, let's just call it monstrosities. That's kind of what it is. And that's what the title became.
I'm going to guess who that was.
Yeah, it's when I call our fans dipshits, it's very specifically usually one person. So, yeah, I've gotten the extremely good fortune to throw out some titles to a number of our books. So that's one thing I'll be able to, when I'm old and decrepit and can't remember anything.
We build your pyre.
Named that.
When we build your pyre, we'll print those books out again.
Back in the day, when people let me make decisions, I got to name books. So
I don't believe you, Grandpappy.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's a book? It'll be the question, right? So
yeah, no shit.
PDF.
Back before PDFs, there were these things called books.
Shut up, old man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well,
God damn it,
my lawn.
I believe we are at our time, so I'm going to go ahead and kick the stream.
Yeah. Awesome,
Skeeter. I need to talk to you about something real quick.
You folks.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone on the chat. Oh, my chat window went away. Oh, there it is.
Yep. Thanks.